What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live here doing a late night show. It is 10 p.m., just after the 10 o'clock hour. I hope everybody had a great day, and I hope everybody is doing well. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in the building. Again, we are continuously growing the channel. Make sure you let your friends and family members know about it. If you don't follow me on Instagram and Twitter, make sure you go over there and check me out and follow me on those platforms as well. I'm also, the content is loaded on Facebook and the TDPHINSTALK homepage as well. All right. Clemente is already in here. He said, "How is your son doing, TD?" He is actually much better. Still got a little congestion, but he wasn't as bad as he was the last day and a half. So that's a positive, on his way to the good side, and that's always great. And hopefully tomorrow it'll all be gone. All right. But I posed a question to Miami Dolphin fans tonight. What should Miami Dolphin fans expect for the 2022 season? And that is a great question to ask. And I want to ask you all, what do you expect out of the 2022 season? And the reason why I'm asking that question is simply because I've already heard a few answers, and I am so shocked at how spread out the answers are. I am so shocked at how spread out the answers are, okay, on what we should expect. So I'm going to be trying to hear from you guys tonight, and then hopefully before the night is over, I'll be able to open up a little panel to get people's live thoughts. Definitely high expectations. Yeah, we'll see. Honestly, not much yet. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you my take on it first and foremost, and then I'm going to open it up for others to tell me what they think. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button. Again, YouTube did not send out the notifications tonight. That typically happens when YouTube gets mad at you. You know, last night we were talking about all kind of things that wasn't Miami Dolphins football related. And when you do, sometimes YouTube says, hey, you know, you can't be out here helping people. You can't be out here making sense of things. You can't be out here talking about certain things that will help people do better in their life. So therefore, we're going to suppress you a little bit, send a few notifications, but not a lot. But it's all good, man. Again, if y'all hit the like button, we'll defeat that anyway, and more people will come in the room. All right. Salute to you all. Shout out to the mod squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Thank you for your continued love and support. I am so appreciative of how much love you all always show me. And listen, man, I do this because y'all motivate me to do it every chance that I get. All right. He said, how you get that green screen shirt? See, man, I got all the fly stuff, man. I got all the fly stuff. Oh, y'all see the see-through green screen shirt? That's a see-through green screen shirt, man. Oh, see, I don't know nothing about that, man. Oh man, actually, Miami Dolphins gear shows up great on green screen because they consider the teal green. So it bleeds right through for the background, man. But it's pretty dope, man. All right, man. So we're over 100 people in the room. Again, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get it over 100. And we'll be good to go. We want to talk about expectations of the Miami Dolphins this year. And when you talk about expectations, a lot of times you can't just look at your team. And I know I've said this and I've had this conversation before. You can't just look at your team. You can't just view your team and say, here's the expectations. You know, expectations are going to depend on competition, everything, all of these things around the league, how much greater the AFC got. All of these things matter. They truly do matter. And you know, some people have expectations from a record standpoint. Okay. And from a record standpoint, I want to hear from you all. Put it in the comment section. What do you like? Like, I want y'all to take your Dolphin cap off for a moment and have the most realistic answer that you can possibly give. I know I'm still going to get my 17 and O's, but what do you expect? Not what you think is going to happen, what you believe, but what is the expectation of this year's record from a win-loss standpoint? We're not even talking playoffs yet. Just win-loss, 17 games. And just so you know, there's no such thing as 500 anymore, Danny, because there's an odd number of games, 17. Sorry, bro. In the NFL, 500 is no longer exists for a full season, all right? So what is your expectations? Okay. We got 9 and 8. It's in the playoffs. Wow. We got 11 and 6, missing the playoffs or a wild card. We don't know. Interesting. 13 wins. We're a baller team. 12 and 5. It's a really solid team. 12 wins, solid. 11 and 6, make the playoffs, miss the playoffs. We don't know. There's no way we're going to have a good season with the new coaches and players. Just doesn't believe we're going to do well. 11 and 6 or 10 and 6. Outside looking in is what I hear from you. 17 and 0. Let's go, baby. 10 wins, not making the playoffs. So I'm hearing an overall census. I mean, it's spread out, but I'm hearing an overall sense that it's around 10 or 11 wins. We do realize as Dolphin fans that 11 wins doesn't guarantee us to get in the playoffs. Not only does it not guarantee us to get in the playoffs, but the AFC just became the most. This is the best. I would say that this is the best conference in NFL history. Now, I know that'll be me going back. I don't remember way back and stuff, but since I know, I think the AFC this year coming up will be the best conference that the National Football League has ever seen. I have never seen more than 5 legitimate teams in a conference in a year. I have never seen more than 5 legitimate teams in a conference in a year. And this year, what? We have 8, 9, maybe even 10, 11. Let me pull it up. Let's go down the list of how many teams. It's ridiculous. I have never seen this in NFL history, this type of competition in the NFL. Let's go down the list of teams who will all have a chance. The Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens, Tennessee Titans, Kansas City Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Denver. God, the West is just nasty. I just named 9 teams and didn't even include us yet. Depending on who ends up the Colts quarterback, that might be 10. Pittsburgh, I don't know. They still got in last year. That might be 11. New England, they're at least competing every year for it. 12. Miami, 13. And that is not in a specific order, by the way. You could argue 13 teams are ready to compete for the playoffs this year. And I didn't even include teams like the Jets that spent all that money and got better. I didn't include teams like Jacksonville that spent all that money and got better. Ain't nobody worrying about Houston. Ain't nobody think they're going to do nothing, but they might shock people. But ain't nobody worried about Houston. But even at the bottom, outside of Houston, even the Jaguars and Jets, you don't know what to expect. They spent some of the most money in the NFL and loaded up, especially the Jags. They spent tons and got real good players. I ain't worried about the Jets and the Texans. And I'm still not going to put the Jags in there. But got 13 teams that are ready to compete for the playoffs. Usually there ain't more than 5 every year. 6 max. 13. Put it in the comment section. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? As I read the super chat from Charles, I appreciate your donation, homie. Thank you for supporting me. He said, I think we are moving in right direction. My fear is the defense might waver and hurt the offense over aggressiveness. I am still hopeful, though. Yeah, I think we're just really nerve-wracked. He said, agree, disagree. Wow, Jay De Niro disagreed. How many do you have, Jay? Agree. Why are you crushing dreams? Well, who dream did I crush? Are you talking about the Jags, the Texans, and the Jets? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about me crushing everybody, our dreams, because so many teams? That don't put us out of it. Agree. 15 teams. You might be right. What are you drinking, TD? I agree. The H2O, man. The good old H2O. 100% agree. 13 win. Yeah, I agree. 13 out of 16. Dang. And that's what I'm saying. I want to make sure I'm not off here. That's why I said, do y'all agree when I go down that team list? The entire AFC West. The entire AFC West. Now, we have to talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell y'all why I brought this up. I want y'all to put it in the comment section, okay? And be fair, be honest. You know, get the Dolphin out of you, right? Because the AFC West, I've never seen a conference this good. Do you think that the Denver Broncos make the playoffs with Russell Wilson now? They already got the running game, solid defense, got some good receivers, and now you bring Russell Wilson in. Do you think they make the playoffs? Yes or no in the comment section. Be honest. Be honest. Yes. Nope. Yes. We got some. Oh, yes. But is appreciate your light gaming. I don't know what that is. Denver will win the AFC West. Definitely. Yes. Most people believe that they'll make the playoffs. Now, I want to go to the next team. And don't be mad because of their quarterback, especially Dolphin fans, but be honest, because they only issue is defense, and they literally loaded up. This is the defense that I feel is right there with ours now. And we already know what their offense is, a powerhouse. Do you think that the Los Angeles Chargers go into the playoffs? Do you think that the Chargers are going to the playoffs? Answer me that. No. Yes. Yes, 100%. Yes. I mean, I don't know why anybody would really think they wouldn't. I don't know why anybody would think they wouldn't. Their offense is already top offense. They ain't lose nothing. They actually added. And their defense just got on our level, in my opinion. They got the corner. They got the pass rush organically. The linebackers, they came for war. Now, let's go to the next one. Who made the playoffs last year and just added what many would argue is the best receiver in the NFL. The Las Vegas Raiders. And they already got a good defense. Their problem, they could never put up enough points. But Derek Carr is playing out of his mind. You know what? I hate Derek Carr for that because he's so underrated. But when you really look at his game and his stats, he's up there in the upper echelon, which is shocking. But does the Raiders make the playoffs? And let me tell you another thing that's interesting about the Raiders. Don't think they won't make the playoffs because their division is tough, because they made the playoffs last year and went 3-3 in the division. They didn't even dominate the division last year. They took 3 losses in the division and still made the playoffs. Do you think they make the playoffs? I'm getting some mixed feelings on this. I'm getting some yeses. I'm getting some no's. They might make the playoffs. I don't think the Raiders are going to be good. Why? What did they lose? Did they not get better? Did they not just get a... In matter of fact, don't they have the best 1-2 combo in the NFL at the receiving position? Don't they have the best 1-2 combo at the receiver position in the NFL? Am I wrong? But maybe not. But it'll be tough. Let's go to the last one. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, will they make the playoffs? Who won a division last year, obviously, by far. 12 wins. Went 5-1 in the division, dominated it. Even if they lost 2 more division games, they would have made it. It's likely that they still make it. It's likely that they still make it. The absence of Tyreek Hill, they may not be as explosive, but they fill the position with the quality player that can still get them, at a minimum, the wild card, in my opinion. They'll just get in as a wild card, in my opinion. You can't discount the coaching, the quarterback. You can't discount that. Somebody said no, Mahomes tearing ACL in week 5. We ain't going to wish that on him, man. But, so if we're going to be fair, one could argue 3 teams could make the playoffs out of the AFC West alone. Yes or no? Some will say all 4. But let's just dial it down a little. Would you agree that 3 out of the 4 teams could literally make the playoffs? The reason why I bring that up is this reason. No, let's keep going. Let's keep going. AFC South. One of these teams will make the playoffs because they had to win the division. Who do you think would win the AFC South? Tennessee, Colts, Texans, or Jaguars. We already know we're not going to count the Texans or Jaguars. Now, the Jags may sneak up, but we already know we can't count them right now. But who do you think is winning the AFC South, Tennessee or the Colts? I don't even know. Do the Colts even have a quarterback yet? Did the Colts find a quarterback yet, y'all? I don't even know. Did the Colts find a quarterback yet? Somebody tell me that. Matty Ice, yeah, he over there. You think they gonna make it with Matty Ice? Wentz is better than Matty Ice at this point. That's what I didn't understand. And Wentz is no good anymore. And to me, he better than Matty Ice at this point in his career. Either way it goes, though, and I think Tennessee is going to win the division. I think only one team in that division gets in the playoffs. One team in that division gets in the playoffs. The division winner. And there you are, potentially with 4 out of the 7 teams already in the playoffs, and you still got 2 divisions to go. Somebody said Tannehill bias. It ain't even about Tannehill. Wentz is not better than Matty Ice. Stop it. Right now, Matty Ice ain't doing that no more. Yeah, like Matty Ice balling out or something. He's not even a shell of himself anymore. Anyway, put the Colts in. It don't matter. AFC, the only one team in that division may go. Okay? Now, let's go to AFC North. Ugh. Are the Bengals making the playoffs? We ain't got a debate. They went to the Super Bowl. Conventional wisdom, they should. They even spent more money and got way better. God dog. Everybody probably, you're gonna put them in the playoffs, okay? That's 5 teams in the playoffs right there. Is Pittsburgh gonna make the playoffs? Yes or no in the comment section. I'm gonna say they're gonna miss it. It's too loaded. It's too loaded for them. It's too loaded for Pittsburgh at this point. They don't have the talent. They ain't ready. Are the Browns gonna make the playoffs? That team is loaded. All they ever needed was the quarterback. Well, depending on how many games Deshaun Watson, if they even suspend them, from what I'm hearing, they may not even do anything. But if they do, it depends on how many games he missed. But they're likely to make the playoffs. The Browns. Now, here's where the issue comes from. Even if the Browns did make the playoffs, because we already got 5 teams in without the Browns, is the Ravens making the playoffs? Yes or no in the comment section. And we're talking about the team that started out like 8-2, number 1 in the NFL, until all them injuries killed them and they lost almost every game after that. This was the team to beat last year, the Ravens. Everybody look at them, oh, they were trash against us and they didn't win it. They didn't even make the playoffs. No, that was strictly injuries. They were 8-2 starting the season. They were the best team in the NFL starting the season. Somebody said, you counted 5. I'm only counting 4. All right, let's go back through. We said 3 out of the 4 teams in the AFC West already, okay? That's 3 of them. All right? Then you got Kansas City. That's 4. Chargers is 5. Wait, hold on. No, Kansas City is 1. Chargers 2. Denver is 3. Then you had Tennessee is 4, or the Colts, whatever one you want to argue. Bengals are 5. And now we said Pittsburgh. TD math is wrong. No, I got it right. Bengals is 5. And then we said Pittsburgh not going to make it. Now we're trying to determine number 6 between Cleveland and Baltimore. I think Cleveland will make it, but let's act like Deshaun gets suspended. Baltimore going to make the playoffs. And that's going to be 6. That's going to be 6 teams. in my opinion. And that leads me to this, because when it comes to the AFC East, I truly do believe that the team that's going to go to the playoffs is whatever team wins the division. Whatever team wins the division goes to the playoffs. Some will say, well, Buffalo's going to get in. They should. Even if we beat them twice, they should get in. But we should as well. But that's where the question comes. That's where the question comes. Because can Miami and Buffalo get in? Because I think Buffalo getting in. So if we both get in, it makes you go down the list of other teams and say, who are the Buffalo Bills kicking out? Because we going to make it, right? Or who are we going to kick out? We can't kick out Tennessee because they won their division. Or the Colts, however you want to look at it. Who you going to kick out? You got to win the division. You have to win the division. Because what? You going to get in over Denver? Maybe, but nobody's going to bet on that right now. You going to get in over the Chargers? Maybe, but nobody's going to bet on that right now. You going to get in over Kansas City? Maybe, but nobody's going to bet on that right now. And again, don't forget about the Raiders. Even though we kept them out. Who just got the best receiver in the game. We going to keep the Bengals out? Maybe, but nobody would bet on it. We going to kick either Cleveland or Baltimore out? Maybe. But again, nobody would bet on that. This is why I believe going into the season, the Miami Dolphins have one goal and one goal only, and that's to win the division. And let Buffalo compete with those other teams. Because let me tell y'all this, ladies and gentlemen. If we win a division, Buffalo may still get in over some of them teams. If Buffalo wins the division, I don't know if we're going to get in over some of them other teams. Because if Buffalo win the division, it's likely that they handled us still and we're still not on their level, which means that we're definitely not on those other teams' level. We got to win the division. My expectation for the Miami Dolphins this year is to win the division. Win the division. Because to me, it may be the only way we get into the playoffs anyway. Buffalo cannot get in the division, and we could sit here at the end of the season. Well, if we win the last 3 games and they both of those teams lose 2 games, aren't y'all tired of that? Aren't y'all tired of that? All we got to do is win the last 3 games, and if those 2 teams can lose 2, and maybe in week 17, they rest their players. Oh my gosh, aren't y'all tired of that crap? We are definitely not winning the division. It's just too much. Why can't we win a division? Let's have that conversation for a moment. That's a great conversation to have. And it's too early to talk about anything, but we talk about it anyway because we Dolphin fans and we have fun doing it, right? Why is Buffalo gonna dominate us this year? You know, why should I believe that they're better than us now and they're gonna dominate us? Let's see. Let's break it down. They had the number 1 defense in the NFL last year. We're going to have a top 5 this year. So I'm just going to wash it out. I'm going to wash it. We're as good as them on defense. I'll just wash that. All right, so we got to go on offense, and it really all needs to be offensively driven. Let's see. They don't have a running game. We will. But they do have a running game. And that's Josh Allen running the ball. Running the ball at will. Let me see something. Let me see real quick. Josh Allen is number 3 in the NFL with rushing yards last year. Whew, Jesus. 763 yards. He attempted 122. Yards per carry, he is number 4 in the NFL with 6.3 yards per carry at the quarterback position. Rushing yards per game, 45. And he's 3rd in that. Rushing touchdowns, he's 3rd in the NFL with 6. So they do have a running game. It's just in the form of Josh Allen. Let's look at the team statistics. Lamar was number 2. I already moved away from it, so I don't remember who number 1 was. So forgive me. Let me see something. Let me see. Offensive statistics, rushing. Because I want to see what they overall. God dog. Hate to see stuff like this. See, and this is the problem. Buffalo doesn't have a running game, but yet their team is number 6 in rushing yards on the season. Did y'all hear me? Tennessee is number 5 and Buffalo is number 6. Buffalo had more rushing yards than San Francisco, the team that does this, what we're going to be doing. The Buffalo Bills do not have a run game, but yet they are number 6 in the NFL because of Josh Allen. Let's go to average yards per carry for team. They're number 6 with 4.8 per carry. Average yards rushing a game, they're number 6 with 141. They're number 6 across the board. Except rushing touchdowns, they're number 7 with 20. Fumbling the ball, they're number 2 in the NFL. They have the second most, which is 18. But they only lost 2, which makes them 15th in the NFL. Jesus, hold on. Am I looking at this right? How you fumble 13 times and only lose 2? Man, it's terrible. It's one thing I'll tell you about Flores, man. He made sure we were disciplined. We only fumbled the ball 5 times and lost 1 in the whole season. Let me tell you what that is. That's 3rd best in the NFL. Atlanta was 1, Rams was 2, and Dolphins was 3. We were 3rd best in the NFL with fumbles. We did protect the ball. We definitely protect the ball. Okay. Now, Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Even if we create a great run game, which we just hope that we do, their run game is going to be better than ours likely. Let me tell you why. Because it's more difficult when your quarterback is the one running. See, when you hand the ball off, linebackers go and attack. But when your quarterback hikes the ball and looks up for a pass and takes off as a design run, it's harder. That's the messed up part about it. That's why I tell y'all, Josh Allen, y'all don't understand. Oh, I hate talking about that bum. I can't stand him. Hate saying anything good about him. But that's the element of these quarterbacks that are on a whole nother level. They have a whole nother element to their game that makes them a game changer. I still don't like Josh Allen as a quarterback. I mean, he got a cannon. He got a talented arm. He got it. But at the same token, he ain't the end all be just being that dude. You know? But when you add an element with his rushing game, it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. So I'm going to say the running games will be a wash because even if we have a successful run game, they're going to put up just as much because they're quarterback. Man ran for 763 yards. Oh my gosh. The next person after him, the fourth person, was 423. I want y'all to understand that. 3 quarterbacks in the league. Jalen Hurts was number 1. See, and this is why people like, well, they giving Jalen Hurts more time in Philly. But that's why. That's what these are the areas that justify a guy who ain't figured it out, that ain't great, but you hoping he gets there. This is why they give him more time. Because you can rush the ball for 784 yards, leading the NFL, Jalen Hurts. And Lamar Jackson, 767, and Josh Allen, 763. And after them 3, it drops down to 423, and that's Kyler Murray. It just drops all the way down. But let me tell you who you better look out for this year. If they truly go with Fields this year, he going to shoot up to the top. The man had 420 yards, and Jimmy G was the guy. The man had 420 rushing yards this year. He probably going to be number 1 in the NFL running the ball. I got to remember that for fantasy football. I might have to draft him. Y'all remember that. You just learned that here now. If you want to draft a quarterback for fantasy football, it might be Justin Fields next year. This man might have 1,000 yards rushing, and whatever he do at the quarterback position is all bonus. And you're right. Lamar would have had 1,000, but he did get hurt. You're right about that. You talking about Trey Lance? No, sir. Fields. Justin Fields. 420 yards. Oh, I see what you're saying with the Trey Lance. Excuse me. I told you I always get them mixed up. They were trolling me on Twitter for getting them mixed up. Fields is actually in Chicago. Look out for him. Look out for him coming up. But yes, man, this is beyond interesting. Man, our quarterback ain't even on here. It stops at 5, 10, 15, 21 quarterbacks on this chart. And the bottom quarterback, which is Tyrod Taylor, is 151 yards. After that, they didn't even count the rest of the quarterbacks. But they're down here. I see them. I see them down here. Let me see. Let me see what Tua rushing yards look like. Average. Oh, he's last in the NFL at 128. Mac Jones only 129, though, and Mac Jones played all games, so he's really the worst in the NFL because Tua only played 13 games. So on average, Tua would have ended up, if he would have played 16 games, if Tua, 17 games, 4 games, you divide that by 12, that's 10. Basically, he averaged about 10 a game. Add 4 more, 40 yards. I'm going to give him a boost and go to 170. Tua would have been, dang, he would have been fourth worst. He would have been fourth worst in the NFL. Actually, excuse me. Let me correct that. He would have been third worst because Baker Mayfield missed 3 games and his would have went up too. Tua would have been third worst in the NFL. It would have been Mac Jones at the bottom, Dak Prescott, then Tua. It would have been Mac Jones, Dak Prescott, then Tua. That's what the order would have been. Interesting. Oh, Jalen Hurts didn't even play all the games. He missed 2 games, so he would have probably been up there too. Yeah, he would have been at 900. Yeah, he would have been around 900. Lamar Jackson would have been about 1,000. Yeah. So anyway, man, back to Buffalo versus Miami. Let's watch the run game. And that's me giving us credit because we ain't proved nothing yet. That's me automatically giving us credit. We haven't proved anything yet. So run games are a wash. Tight end room. What y'all think about Buffalo tight end room? What y'all think about Buffalo's tight end room? I'm a Jets fan now. Y'all stop that mess. That's us. We whooping that J Hill. I don't know what you're talking about. Knock straight though. I know. I'm about to see. I want to look it up really. I want to see how he did really. I want to see the type of production he put up actually. So Knox had 49 receptions for 587 yards, 12 per average. I want to pull up Gesicki. All right, Gesicki, 73 receptions for 780 yards. He averages less per and 2 touchdowns. See, this is where let me ask y'all. I want to ask y'all a question. Which one do you like better from a statistical standpoint? Knox has 49 receptions, so he ain't even getting the ball as much. 587 yards, let's round to 6. 12 yards a catch. 9 touchdowns. 9 freaking touchdowns. Gesicki, 73 catches, 780 yards, 11 per catch, 2 touchdowns. Which one do you like more from a stat sheet standpoint? Truth is, Gesicki has 200 more yards, less per catch, but 200 more yards, right? But Knox got 9 touchdowns and Gesicki got 2. Screw them yards. We already know what time it is. You want them 9 touchdowns, not no 2. And of course, that's courtesy of Josh Allen. It's crazy, man. Said Dawson. Yeah, man. It's crazy. 9 touchdowns. I ain't know he had 9 touchdowns. Y'all don't even understand as a receiver that'll be big boy stuff. 9 touchdowns? That's big time. Can Knox block? I don't know. So I can't compare him because it don't matter. Gesicki can't. So, oh, TD, you get the wrong Batman last stream. That's some other guy. I know. I responded to you. Remember? I realized that. But either way, I'm just gonna say that the tight ends are a wash. Okay. I'm gonna say that the tight ends are a wash. I'm still not gonna give them the edge. I like Gesicki better anyway, but Knox gets in the end zone. But screw that. I'm gonna say they tied, right? So now Buffalo Bills receiving core. I don't even know who they got over there now. Let me see. I don't even know who they got over there now. At their receiving, like hold on, let me see. Let me see who they got because they ain't us. I know that much. Passing, rushing. All right, we already know about Stephon Diggs. So from a statistical standpoint, that cancels out. You know what? I gotta look it up. Nope, I ain't gonna do that. Let me see who got the edge. Let me look at the stats to see who got the edge. Oh my gosh, can't believe this. I'm gonna cancel them out. These fools got the same amount of yards, pretty much. Diggs got 1,225 yards. Tyreek got 1,239. Diggs got 10 touchdowns. Tyreek got 9. They cancel each other out. They cancel each other out pretty much. Let me see. I wonder, do they still have Emmanuel Sanders? Do y'all know if they still got Emmanuel Sanders? Diggs, Davis, Crowder, McKenzie, top 4. Gabriel Davis, you talking about? Because I know he a deep threat. He actually averaged more than Diggs and Sanders on per catch. He averaged 16 yards a catch, and he has 6 touchdowns. Who's our number 3 receiver? Who's our number 3 receiver? Because that's pretty good, and he probably get a lot more touches that Cole Beasley is gone. You said Crowder and McKenzie. I need to just put this on the screen. I didn't know they got they went and got Jamison Crowder. So he's a middle of the road guy. A nice piece, like he ain't no burner, Crowder and McKenzie. Let's see what McKenzie. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just checking them out, y'all. So he ain't out here doing nothing. Ain't nothing special. Oh, he barely played this year. And when he did play, he against the Patriots, 11 receptions, 125 yards. He just wouldn't start. He ain't no starter though. Yeah, I see now. He barely plays. All right. So they ain't nothing, man. So really, they make it up with Knox. So I give our receiving core the edge, man. I give our wide receiver core definitely the edge because they ain't got nobody to match up with Waddle. Everything is even. Waddle's our X factor from an offensive standpoint over them. Their number 1 is matched with our number 1. Their tight end honestly has a little edge over Gesicki statistically, but I kind of put them the same. Their number 3 is just like our number 3. Their number 4, just like our number 4, but their number 2, they ain't got nobody to match up with Waddle. Excuse me. So with that being said, I give our receiving core the edge. I ain't even got to worry about it. Buffalo's O-line, even with our addition of Armstead and all of that, they still got a better O-line, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing they've never had an issue with Josh Allen. Plus, you got Josh Allen, a mobile quarterback that also helps them. So their dynamic of protection is going to be better than ours because even when they fail, he can make something happen. So we got an advantage at the receiver position. They got an advantage at the offensive line position. And at the quarterback position, I'm not going to get into detail because I ain't got time for the accusations of being a hater. We know that they have an advantage with Josh Allen. We'll just say that simply, right? So from a team-to-team standpoint, we have caught up to Buffalo. But in my humble opinion, to be honest with you, we haven't eclipsed them. It'll have to be from a game plan standpoint or coaching that can make the difference to try to help us get over the top. But I don't know how that'll work. I don't know how that'll work. I don't know what that'll look like because we don't know what we're going to look like from a coaching standpoint against them. And when we look at our strengths versus their weaknesses and our weakness in our strengths versus their weaknesses, this is where they also have the advantage. So first off, look at their strength. When you take away everything we're equal on, right? Their strength is quarterback and O-line. That's going to give them more of an opportunity. That's going to give them more of an opportunity. Our pass rush isn't going to really matter. It never has, and we haven't gotten better in that area. It's the same thing. Our pass rush has never mattered against their O-line and Josh Allen. Would you agree? Yes or no in the comment section. Zero blitz, and we don't zero blitz him much because we know he can make us pay. Even if he just wanted to keep it on the run on a zero blitz, it's still hard to bring him down because he's still a big body guy. So the truth is, their strength being their quarterback and their pass rush, in their O-line, that's a huge advantage. Our strength is only wide receiver, but they actually have the guys that can pass rush against a new nucleus of an O-line against us. Our O-line is better, but it still won't hold up as good as theirs would against us. This is where you start to compare the two teams and how they match up. They have a slight edge because Josh Allen still has the ability to put up 30-plus points on us. Doesn't matter if you're running the ball, taking clock. We've done that before. Still didn't work. There's been games we played Buffalo and controlled the clock 35-25. You really can't ask to get much better than that. And they still put up over 30. And they still put up over 30 points. And the reality is you don't stop a Josh Allen. He may have some bad games. You see those, but that's him having a bad game. It's not really defense is stopping him. He's just having a bad game. Let me see something real quick. Look at this, y'all. We played them last September, right? September 19th. Look at the time of possession. We had the ball 32 minutes. They had it 28 minutes. They beat us 35-0. We won the time of possession. Oh, my gosh. Just to think about that. Oh, it just aggravates the heck out of me. We had the ball 32 minutes. They had it 28 seconds, and we scored once, 35-0. Because I keep hearing people, yeah, but you got to understand, bro, when you're running the ball, you're managing the clock, the time of possession. We won the time of possession in this game 32-28, and we lost 35-0. And both teams threw one interception. Didn't even matter. So all this is why, and this is actually humbling for me because I'm finding all this out right here live with y'all right now. This is humbling for me. Only way we beat Buffalo this year is still gonna have to be coaching. Would you rather get JC Treader or Debo? At this point, JC Treader. That'll help us a little more. It'll make the O-line situation more even. You get JC Treader, our O-line is as good as their O-line. And then the whole team dynamic really is kind of equal. It's just that we'll have better receiving core and they'll have a better quarterback. The reality is, if we're going to beat Buffalo, we got to put up 30 points easily. You got to put up the 30. Would you? Oh, I already read that. You want to beat Buffalo, it's simple. Put up the 30. You got to put up 30. We even ran more plays than them, 70 plays, and they ran 64. Wow. It's crazy, man. Our defense need to force Allen on 3rd and out. I mean, yeah, I agree, but again, you have no history of doing it, so we like that, but we have no history of doing it, bro. None. Look at this. The second game we played Buffalo, we won the time of possession. The second time we played Buffalo, we won the time of possession, 31-29. Both games we won the time of possession, but in this one, they beat us 26-11. Wait. Hold on. Matter of fact, my bad. This is reverse. They actually won the time of possession in this 31-29. They reversed it this time. Maybe because we were, let me see here. Oh, they switch sides depending on if you're home or away. So we actually won the time of possession they won the time of possession in this one 31-29. So it was an evenly split game. They beat us 26-11. In the fourth quarter, they really took off on us and killed us. We held them the entire game. We held them to 10 points until the fourth quarter. And this is what it's about, y'all. This is what makes me mad, too. People always do this, right? Our defense actually does their very best against Buffalo usually during the game. We held them we are in the fourth quarter and they only got 10 on the board. We're in the fourth quarter and they got 10 on the board, but we only got 3. The offense just didn't help. So that was a grinding game. But that's the type of game that we got to win this year. That's the type of game we got to win this year. We had an interception in that game, but we had the same amount of penalties that they did. They ran 2 more plays than us in that game, and this was on the road. This was actually in Buffalo. In the middle of the season, October 31st. Is this the game? This might be around somewhere around like when Tua returned or something, at least close to it, a few games after. It's the game Tua went 21 of 39. And this is the game going forward. He got to be better because I remember me and EM actually did the Buffalo film study for y'all live. Go back and check it out. Wide open receivers everywhere, all over the field. Me and EM did that breakdown live. That's why sometimes I be telling people when they get mad at me, I say having Tyreek and all that doesn't make that much of a difference, because you got games like this one right here where guys were wide open and we were poised to win that game, but we didn't. Guys were wide open all over the field. We went over the field. There will not be a 10-3 game in the fourth quarter this year. We can only hope so. We could only hope so. And that was the game. Parker was going off too in that game. We ain't got him no more, so that hopefully that'll be our boy Tyreek. But anyway, man, let's get back to what we were talking about. But listen, man, that's the deal with Buffalo. It's gonna have to come down to coaching. A rookie head coach, first time calling plays, he gonna have to be the difference maker. It's that simple. He gonna have to be the difference maker. Let me pull that up. All right, I got it. Another advantage you have is Trey White will likely not play when we first play next year. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? And somebody who sent a donation said, do you think the Dolphins are done with free agency and would rather us trade up in draft or another big free agent name? TD, are you afraid of Josh Allen, man? No, I ain't afraid of that bum. I'm afraid of us not living up to destroying that bum. But free agency, man, if it was me, I don't think we are done. I think we'll bring like one or two more complimentary pieces in, maybe. But if I was this team, I would go get Melvin Ingram. I would go get JC Treader. I would go in the draft and I would try to move up for a middle linebacker. And I would also, if there's a corner that they love in the first round, I would take one of those picks. So when I say a middle linebacker, I would take like a second round pick from next year and move up this year in the early second round or the mid second. I'll take like a second and a sixth or something like that, or second and a fifth, and move up to the early part of the second round this year and try to get me a middle linebacker. And then I would take the first round pick from next year, move it up to this year, and try to get me a corner. And I know it's a first round corner, but we don't need them to play right away. We need to, I'm telling y'all, Dolphin fans, we need to prepare for the future at the corner position, because I'm telling y'all now, defense is not Mike McDaniel's specialty. And what's going to happen when Byron Jones and Xavier Howard run their course, they're going to always look for one of the best corners in the league to bring to Miami to fill their role, but you're not guaranteed to get them. Look at this year, right? It was J.C. Jackson, and you're done. I'm talking about being a long-term solution at the position. It was J.C. Jackson. I think that was the only big name corner that was out there. It was J.C. Jackson, and you were done. And he chose the Chargers. So when we do go in that market and want to spend money, it ain't no guarantee we gonna get the one dog that be available in free agency. Why you think Byron got the money he got to begin with? Because there wasn't many guys that you can get at that position that can actually help us run this D. So the reason why I'm bringing that up to y'all is this. If we don't succeed in finding the right placement, our whole defensive structure can change. Just by not getting another big-time corner that can help us with this type of format, our whole structure could change. A lot more zone, not the scheme that we love running, sending that pressure and stuff. And that's where we got to prepare for the future now. We know that, well, I don't know, but If I were them, I would be trying to move off of Byron next year and save some money. And then after next year, I'll be finding the next guy to get off of X after he finishes these 2 years. They got to prepare for that, man. This is a rare situation having two corners that can do what they do. Otherwise, you're going to be restructuring Byron's deal and trying to keep him year at a time as you can, you know? So we'll see. We shall see. Especially if we go far or you win a Super Bowl or something like that, they're going to have to keep Byron. It's going to be hard to replace that and want to repeat. You're going to want to keep this whole team together. So we'll see. Because and if we win a Super Bowl and they play great football and this defense is top 5, he going to go somewhere else and get more money if we don't keep him at the 16 he at now. Look, X getting 25. Now, do you think Byron overpaid? Now, do you think Byron's overpaid with his 16? X getting 25. A lot of people just didn't like Byron because he was already making more than X to begin with. But it's just a matter of when he signed his contract. If X would have signed his that year, he might have got 18 a year at the time. The problem is X had already signed it like 2 years before. So that's why it was less. Our defense naturally going to have to stop Duke Johnson and Singletary as well. Duke, where's Duke? Where's Duke Johnson? He not. Did he go there? Let me know in the comment section. Don't tell me he signed with Buffalo, did he? Buffalo Bill. Wow, I didn't even know that. I don't know how that got past me. So Duke's in Buffalo. Yeah, they'll probably hand the ball off a little more now. With Singletary too. 1 year deal. Interesting. And I put our run game as a tie. So ours is speed. Theirs is going to be power. Y'all get that? Our run game is going to be based off of speed. Theirs is going to be based off of power. I'm hesitating about Super Bowl talk. But anyway, man, like I said, in order for us to make the playoffs, I truly do believe that we need to win the division. We need to win a division. I haven't taken a look at Buffalo schedule with their opponents. Let me take a look at it real quick, and I'm gonna match it up with ours. Buffalo Bills 2022 schedule. Opponents. All right. Miami Dolphins. Opponents. All right, here we go. Okay, let's take a look at we already went over ours, but let's take a look at Buffalo. So I want to look at all the like teams and then the non identical teams. So Buffalo has Green Bay, and we're gonna compare it that way. The teams that we both play and the teams that we don't both play. So we both got Green Bay, that's a wash. Vikings, Buffalo. Man, what's up with this thing, man? Do we have the Vikings? We got the Vikings. Pittsburgh, they have. Gosh, this thing is aggravating. Pittsburgh, yep. Browns, we got the Browns. Tennessee. Buffalo has Tennessee. I don't think we had Tennessee last year, but I don't think we got Tennessee this year. Well, y'all give me a second, man. I don't know what's up with this. All right. Yeah. So they got Tennessee. We don't. We'll look at the teams that we don't have identical and see who's going to be tougher. Buffalo, Miami. All right. Who else do they have? They got the Jets, us, and, New England. We got that. So they got Baltimore. Yep, we got Baltimore. So hold on. We're on the road, and they got Baltimore away as well on the road. The Bengals, we got the Bengals. Chicago, we got Chicago. Lions, we got the Lions. Chiefs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this thing's taking forever. So they have the Chiefs and we don't. Okay. Chiefs. Got it. Rams. They got the Rams. We don't. All right, let's see. Jets us there. Okay. Now let's see who we got that they don't have. We got the Wait, I already said they do got the Bengals, don't they? Yeah, they got the Bengals. The Lions, they got them already. Let me see. Just do they have the Browns? Yep. Pittsburgh, Minnesota. Do they have Minnesota? Minnesota Vikings. All right. We got Minnesota. They don't. Chargers. We got the Chargers. They don't. And last is, let me see. Well, I'm confused. Hold on. Chargers. The Texans? We have the Texans. They don't. There's something ain't adding up because we got 49ers. Do they have them? We got the 49ers and they don't. That means I missed the team for them. I missed one team that they have. Okay. Give me a second. Somebody both play every AFC and AFC North team. Yeah, but I just missed the team that we have that they don't. I have to have. Okay. Green Bay, Minnesota. Hold on. That's why they actually have Minnesota. Excuse me. They have Minnesota too. All right. So here's what it is. So they have Tennessee, Chiefs, and Rams, 3 playoff teams that we don't have, right? We have Chargers, Texans, 49ers. 49ers will make the playoffs. It's the NFC. But he's gonna be going against his coach. And let's see here. And it's on the road, by the way. We're gonna be on the road. I want to see if they got to go on the road in those games. Okay, the home games. Tennessee is at home for them. And then the other two games are on the road. The Chiefs and the Rams are on the road for them. Our games that we play different. We're on the road for San Francisco. We're at home for the Texans, and we're on the road for the Chargers. So we're on the road for two of those games, and we're home for hopefully the easy Texans one. So I like our schedule with non-like teams than theirs. So it looks like they have a tougher schedule. Unless the Chiefs fall off, which I doubt. They got Tennessee, who may win the division. They got the Chiefs, who look like they're going to be there for a few years now, at least in the playoffs. And they got the Super Bowl champs. And we got the Chargers. That's still going to be tough. I know everybody going to be wanting to see that game, Herbert versus Tua. And we got the 49ers. I hope they don't have Debo. That'll be nice. But at least we know what to expect with Mike McDaniel coaching that game. But here's what's funny about that. He'll be coaching the game, but at the same token, is he really going to be able to add the defensive insight, or do we just run the same defense we did last time when we destroyed their offense anyway? Ain't that crazy? The Dolphins destroyed the same offense, both times we played them. But yeah, so I like ours. I like our situation better than theirs. So that's an advantage for us. That's an advantage for us. Unless Buffalo's shocking the world and they actually beating some of these good teams. But that is an advantage for us. We have a like-minded schedule. The issue is them winning games that we don't win. We can't let stuff like that happen. We can't let stuff like that happen. We got to do our job, man. And let me tell you what I like about all those other games that we play. We got Minnesota at home. We got Green Bay at home. We got Pittsburgh at home. We got Cleveland at home. We got the Bengals on the road. Chicago on the road and Baltimore on the road. So the road ones are Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Chicago for those other teams. For them, they have on the road Baltimore, the Bengals, Chicago, the Lions, Kansas City, and the Rams. But at home, they have Tennessee, the Browns, Pittsburgh, Vikings, and Green Bay at home. So it's really identical. It's really identical. So I like this. And somebody just made a good point in the comment section. Good. Keep Tua out the cold weather. Let's see how that adds up. So Baltimore on the road. We hope we get them early. Chicago on the road. I hope we get them early. Cincinnati on the road. I hope we get them early. Detroit on the road. That still should be a win regardless. We never know about the Buffalo part of the schedule, the Jets part of the schedule in New England. We always going to deal maybe later in the year with one of them in cold weather. But all those other games, we ain't got to go to Cleveland. We ain't got to go to Pittsburgh. We ain't got to go to Green Bay. Ooh. Minnesota. We ain't got to do none of that. But we do got to go to the Chargers. But that's still our type of weather. We still got to go to Houston. That's typically our weather, unless it's late in the year. And San Francisco, still our weather. This schedule should be very, from a weather standpoint, in our favor, ladies and gentlemen. In our favor. Somebody said, well, Detroit is a dome. Thanks for saying that. Because I don't know which one's domes and not. I don't be remembering. But that's good insight. Appreciate that. They both domes. Who the other one you talking about? Who the other one you talking about? Cincinnati? Is the Bengals a dome? Let me know. But that'll be good. I hope so. Texans, I don't know. I really don't know. I have no clue. San Diego, Texans, Vikings, the Dome. Yeah, but we play Vikings at home. We play Vikings at home. Anyway, man, see, the Cincinnati game is going to be interesting because it's going to be Tua Waddle, Burrow, Chase. The Chargers game is going to be interesting. We already know why. Because I think that that's the team that reflects us most. And if we can, I hope we get them early in the year because they're in the same boat as us. You know, they coach is fairly new when you think about it. They're young quarterback. Both defenses, I hope we get them early because that'll give you a good gauge of where we're headed. I would love week 1 to be the Chargers. Open the season, baby. Let's go. We could beat them bums, man. Well, that's on the road. I don't want to be on the road, but still, it don't matter. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. If you could have any game as game 1, which game would you pick? Which game would you pick if you could have any game 1? Let me see where all my smart Dolphin fans are. You all better pick the same game. Y'all better pick the same game because it might mean the playoffs for us. Please tell me y'all thinking like me. Let's see what y'all saying. Bills, 49ers, nope. Pats, nope. Bills, nope. Come on, y'all. Please get it right. Patriots, Bills, Bengals, nope. Come on. Please get this right. Somebody. Bills or Browns? Browns. You want that to be week 1. And hopefully, if Watson suspended, you want it to be week 1. Because the Browns might beat Buffalo. Or somebody we need them to beat later on to get in the playoffs. You want to play the Browns week 1 off rip. Fully loaded team without a quarterback, and you know they backups ain't going to be worth nothing. That could be the deciding game of us getting in the playoffs because another team trying to get in will play them late. That's my number 1 team. Give me them Browns right off rip. Right off rip. And like I said, that's if they even suspend this man. That's if they even suspend him. Because if they wanted to suspend him, at this point, what's taking so long? There are no criminal charges. If he won, he could draw out litigation for years. You could wait to have a court date. And trust me, them dockets be 2 years later. Them court dates be getting pushed. Them dockets be long, man. But there is speculation that they may not come down with any punishment because he did nothing wrong criminally. Because you couldn't even put him on the exempt list unless there was a felony charge. And he never got charged with anything. Which I don't understand that. If he didn't get charged for anything, then what is there to really reprimand? Somebody's accusation that may actually be false or may be true. I still don't know. But it's an interesting situation. They already said no suspension. Well, I think they said at that time, so I don't think he may get suspended. So he may not. He already missed the season. Yeah, I agree with that too. I told people that it might even be time served. They may look at it that way. He could have played last year then. We all knew that. The commissioner said there's nothing that will allow me to put him on the commissioner's exempt list. All these people writing these narratives in the media talking about, well, he's not forced to because the Texans ain't playing him. But if they said they were going to play him, then they'll be forced to put him on. The commissioner already came out and said we don't have the right to The new collective bargaining agreement wouldn't even allow us to, because he hasn't been charged with the crime. So yeah, he could have played last year. Which makes me wonder, if we would have traded for him at the trade deadline, would we be in the playoffs? Would Tennessee have done what they did to us? Oh no, man. Oh no. Will we have lost the Tennessee game? Oh no. I gotta stop, man. I gotta stop this, man. So I said chill. I'm just saying, we might have been hoisting the Lombardi trophy right now. We might have been on this stream talking about, man, next year, man, we gonna repeat, y'all. We got one. Nah, we don't know. You never know, though. You never know, man. People be like, we were not a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. And when you look at Joe Burrow O-line and them 9 sacks they gave up, I felt like we had just as good of a chance. We had just as good as a chance in the playoffs. I'm like, we are not a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl. Justin Herbert got sacked all playoffs. 9, that game where he had 9. Oh no, we got just as good of a chance. Especially with Watson, who's way more mobile than Burrow. Oh, TD, this is another pass it up on Breeze situation. It is what it is, man. Nah, the offense wasn't that good. I disagree. The offense was just fine, because in that game, Burrow had them 9 sacks. They shut Chase down. They shut the run down. Think about that. They shut the run game down, and they shut Chase down. What else do they got? They relocated it to the rest of them guys. You can't tell me our offense wasn't good enough. Burrow just carried them and made great decisions. Start checking it down where necessary. Instead of trying to force the big plays, he would take the 7 at a time. No. Bengals had better offensive weapons. I agree, but what I am telling you is they took Chase out of the game, and they shut down the run game. See, just because you have the weapons, the game of football in the playoffs is when those things are taken away. Do you have a guy that can carry the team with the rest of those guys? Do you have a guy that can make plays if they take away? So if they take away Tyreek and Waddle, can Tua carry the team with the rest of them guys? That's what the playoffs is about. You game plan for the best players. People were ragging on what's his name in Buffalo. Hold on. Let me pull this up, man. They were getting on this man. Y'all don't understand the playoffs, man. The receiver in Buffalo, I keep forgetting. Why I be his brother? They got the same name, Diggs. Why am I tripping? That's why I don't know. Every time I be forgetting this, I be forgetting. He be right off the tip of my tongue, and I be forgetting. Let me show y'all something, man. Got out the mud and we are brown. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up. Here it is. Postseason. Let me look at Diggs' postseason game log. AFC Championship game. Diggs had 3 receptions for 7 yards and was targeted 6 times. The game before that, 3 receptions for 60 yards. And for your number 1 top receiver, they took care of him in that game. They shut him down. This is what I'm talking about, man. That's what the playoffs are about. 2019, he went to the playoffs with Minnesota. 2 receptions, 19 yards in the first game, even though they won. The second game, 2 receptions for 57 yards, but 2 catches, man. Shut them down. This is the game plan in the playoffs. Teams are going to try to take your best players out of it and make the rest of those guys beat you. That's how it works. At least smart teams, some teams still let players go off, and some players still have big games sometimes. But the goal is to take away your best weapons who they know you're going to be trying to go to. They know you're going to be trying to go to them. That's playoff football. But we're not used to it. Do we got anybody on the roster that's used to it? Armstead and Tyreek, that's it. I'm talking about like pivotal guys, like the starters. Starter caliber guys. Armstead and Tyreek. Yeah. 2 role players. I don't know if Byron got any from Dallas. I don't remember. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, Ogba. Ogba got a ring with KC. Was he the starting defensive end at the time? Because I thought he had kind of fell off a little. Moser wasn't even a starter in San Francisco. I mean, let's make sure we get that straight, right? Y'all do know that Moser was not the starter in San Francisco. He wasn't the guy. Anywho, man, like I said, man, I think we would have had a chance. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, he was. He wasn't on the field. He wasn't on the field. He wasn't on the field. Got out the mud, got out the grim. Give me a second. Pull something up for y'all real quick. All right, man. Somebody said yes, he was. Listen, man. Moser is not a NFL starting running back. Let's get that straight now. The man is not an NFL starting running back. Stop. Y'all want to make him one because he's our best one that we consider. So we want to say he is. He's not an NFL starting running back. At least he hasn't been. Okay? And just for y'all who doubt me, let's see how many games he done played in his career versus how many he started. Let me see how many games he played. 11, 14, 15. Let's see. Wait, hold on. What is that? Year 2015. Oh, my bad. Here it is. So 11, 14, 25, 34, 44, 50. He played 59 games. He started 9 due to injury. He started 9 in San Francisco due to injury. Well, in 2020, he started 8 games due to the starter getting hurt. And in 2021, last year, he only started 1 game. I believe he got hurt. And he wouldn't have started anyway, man. He wouldn't have started anyway. I just showed y'all the freaking film yesterday in San Francisco, week 1, off the rip. Bam. So, man, even in the 1 game he started, look, even in the 1 game he started last year, he had 2 carries. But that don't mean he can't transform into a starting running back. We hope he does. We hope Mostert turns into a starting running back. Like I said, he's played about 59 games in the NFL, and he only started 9, and that was only because the starter was hurt, and he was getting hurt. Well, this is regular season, Joseph. This is the regular season. I'm giving you the regular season stats. He's not a starting running back. If he got some shake in the playoffs, okay. He got shake in the playoffs. He got a chance to run the ball in the playoffs. But in a regular season, he hasn't been a starting running back like that. Rookie year, never started a game. 2015. 2016, never started a game. 2017, never started a game. 2018, never started a game. 2019, never started a game. 5 years in the league, never started a game. 2020, started 8 games, and he had injury. He got hurt as well. 2021, 1 game. And that's another thing. We got to hope this guy don't come in and start getting injured. Because when I look at his resume, he only had 1 full season that he even played out of 7. So let's get that straight. His rookie season, he only played 11 games, but started and didn't put up no stats. They didn't even play him. He was on the roster for 11 games. He played special teams then for him to show up on here. In his sophomore season, he played 3 games and didn't start any. Had 1 rush the whole season. But when he was supposed to be a part of the offense, he was available in 11 games, but didn't start any. But if you're only available in 11 games, that means you were either hurt or they didn't even, and that's with San Francisco, by the way. This was his first stint, his second stint and second year in San Francisco. So he either got injury issues or they just kept him in the background. But they've always had multiple great backs in San Francisco. But we keep bringing them in, and they ain't working out. This ain't the first one. Didn't we just have one 2 years ago that we brought in? What's his name? I already forgot. Y'all will remember. Y'all always remember everything. If Tua doesn't work, then who do we go out for next season? Brady, or you put all the draft picks together for a draft pick, or you can go get Lamar. All of those things are potential options. So we'll see, man. Hopefully this is Mostert. He's found his home. Hopefully he found his home and he could ball out here. That's all we could say. Yeah, Matt Breida. We even had Breida. Breida put up roughly the same numbers. Breida got a chance to start because the starters got hurt. And Breida was balling in San Francisco. Then he came here and, I don't know what y'all thoughts of Matt Breida was. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what your thoughts of Matt Breida was when he was here. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Let me pull up Breida. See? Yeah. Breida was the guy starting in front of him. Breida was the guy actually starting in front of him. I'm looking at it right here. Yep. Matter of fact, in 2017, Breida was the backup running back in San Francisco, and Mostert was the number 3 or number 4. I don't know which one he was. He was either the number 3 or the number 4, but Breida was the backup because Breida rushed 100 times for 465 yards and put up almost 5 yards a carry. All of them had good stats in San Francisco, but it looks like it's starting to show it was more of a result of the system and the line because all of them doing it. Nobody in San Francisco has been exempt of having good numbers, but they go somewhere else and they don't look good at all. But at least we got the system with us, so maybe that'll help us. 2018, Breida was the dude in 2018. He was the primary starter in San Francisco. He started 13 games. Breida started 17. No, he started 13 games in 2018, and Mostert was still a third string back. And that was Mostert's fourth season in the NFL. Breida was the main guy. And then in 2019, Breida got 5 starts, and somebody else was over there. I don't know who it was. They had the other starts because Mostert had 0 starts. But he did rush the ball some. Mostert was the backup. There must have been too much interchanging injuries over there. There was interchangeable injuries over there. Must have been Coleman. I'm seeing him up here. And then Breida, look at this. Let me show y'all something. Breida was averaging 5 yards a carry in San Francisco. Breida was averaging 5 yards a carry in San Francisco. And the crazy thing is, Breida only started 1 game in Miami. But when Breida did run the ball, it still wasn't the production that he put in San Francisco. He averaged like 4.6 a carry in Miami. That was still good, if you ask me. So in San Francisco for all these years, Mostert averaged 5.7 a carry. Most of that heavily driven as a backup. Let's see here. Let's see what his touchdowns looking like. In Coleman's career, 284 rushes, 3 touchdowns. Breida, 6 touchdowns. So again, man, a lot of people have been asking me about Mostert. What you think about Mostert? You think he's going to... I've known this since we got him, and I've always said to myself, this is another guy who has an injury history, and at the end of the day, we're hoping he can come in and give us great production. We're still going to do it by committee, ladies and gentlemen. We're still going to do it by committee. Whether Mostert start or somebody else start, all of them going to get touches in the game. All of them are going to get touches. I personally don't think you're going to find a workhorse running back that becomes the premier back and gets 250 touches and 1,200 plus yards on the season. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to have 2 to 3 guys getting 500, 600, or 700 yards max, which ain't a problem. And that's not a problem. That's not a bad thing. But don't expect workhorse. They got some guys who have injury histories, but they can be productive running backs, and they have good vision, and they have speed that works with this system, and they all can come in and make plays and be productive. And that's why it's always sad. Dolphin fans, they'll be like, Mostert, oh, why isn't he in the game? That's what always kills me. With like Dolphin fans will like Mostert to get in the game, right? Mostert will run a 7-yard run. Another Gaskins will get in the game. Gaskins will run a 6-yard run. The next guy gets in the game. He runs 3 yards, and we automatically, man, they need to stick with Mostert. Every play ain't going to be the home run because Mostert going to come back in, and he might be 0 yards on the next one. Then Gaskins might be 2, and then the third guy that ain't do nothing might be 8. But we always tend to pick our favorites as Dolphins. All it takes is one guy to go off in one game. Oh, he's our back. I don't know why they don't just stick with him and run with him. Just run with him. Boy, that's one thing about running backs. When you have a system by committee, we got to stop this picking favorites. Look, our favorite running back didn't even make the cut this year. Oh, we got to bring Duke back. Why? Because he ran well for 1.5 games in the whole season? Think about it. Think about it. Am I lying? The man had 1.5 good games. Okay, I'll give him 2. And we lost our mind. Oh, we got to go with Duke next year. I don't know why we do that. TD Finstalk, do you think we have the beast down the middle back? If not, then why do we think we have a running game now? Miami football talk. Well, let me tell you this. I've been looking at a lot of San Francisco film. We don't have the beast down the middle. We have the beast on the edge. San Francisco, most of they love running off the tackles or on the edge. They rarely run up the middle. They do. They keep the linebackers honest. They throw them in there here and there up the middle. And sometimes they're productive. But this offense is primarily trying to get out on the edge where everybody got to pursue the speed. Speed ain't designed up the middle. Speed is designed to get around the edge. Oh, we got fast running backs. Then you hope that we run around running around the edge, trying to get to that sideline and have a foot race. You got a power back, just go all up between the guards and just fighting. All right. Let's see here. Somebody said TD Breida was 4.3 and 254 yards. You're talking about one season. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm including Buffalo in 2021. I'm just talking about how they did as running backs. So he was 4.8 in Buffalo. That's why I said and I did say Miami. You're right, but in the last 2 years is what I was really comparing. He was 4.6 per carry. Appreciate you saying that so I can clear that up. So Breida did 1 year in Miami, then he went to Buffalo. And I liked his yards per carry there too. I don't know if he's still in Buffalo now. I don't know where Breida is. But again, man, it still wasn't the type of production and running game that we were looking for, obviously. Let's see here. Bills smoked the 49ers. They did. I don't know that matchup. Bills versus 49ers. I don't know the last time they played. December 7th of 20. Are you talking about in 2020? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it looks like the last time they played was in 2020. The Bills won 34-24. Yeah, Buffalo put up their normal 30, and the Bills in San Francisco, they Josh Allen killed them. 375 yards, 4 touchdowns, 32 for 40 on completions. They run game pretty much didn't do that much. 81 yards rushing. But let me see how did the 49ers do? Oh, Jimmy G had a good game, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh no, that was Nick Mullins, not Jimmy G. Nick Mullins, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns. And they ran the ball for 89 yards. They didn't do much better than Buffalo running the ball. Hold on, no. They actually ran the ball for 88 yards because the Tevin Coleman was -11. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. And let me show y'all this game though. I'm glad you brought that up. This game. This is what Miami's offense is going to look like. Now, this is a loss San Francisco took to Buffalo, okay? Buffalo 34, San Francisco 24. This is what Miami's offense is going to look like this year. We're going to have a lot of games like this. Brandon Ayuk, 5 receptions for 95 yards. That's going to be Tyreek Hillish, right? Deebo Samuels, 6 receptions for 73 yards. That's going to be Waddle-ish, right? Kendrick Bourne, 4 receptions for 35 yards. Charlie Warner, 2 for 33. Jordan Reed, 3 for 32. Ross Dwelly, 2 for 29. See, it's going to be spread out like that. Our yards are going to be spread out like that because the ball is going to be going everywhere. But the only problem is they put up 316 yards and 3 touchdowns and still couldn't get it done. You got to put up 30 against Buffalo. And this was great offense, in my opinion, by San Francisco. Spreading the ball out. 316 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. That's good offense. Oh, I see. Another thing that killed them in that game, 2 interceptions by Nick Mullins, the quarterback. Tua just got to protect the ball. And that still may not be enough. But we got to put up points. That's the moral of the story, all right? I thought you said Waddle is getting like 1,500 yards a season. I said he getting that before we signed Tyreek. I said Waddle is easily a 1,500-yard receiver with the right quarterback. But that was before we signed Tyreek. I mean, no, that's out the window. For both of them. It is highly not likely for both of them. One INT was in the end zone. Well, Maston Park, let's take away that INT and give them 7 points. They still lost 34-21. Because how you going to keep up with Josh Allen throwing 32 of 40 passes? Jesus. Which is like almost 80%, right? Let me see. Yeah, that's 80% on the dot. 375 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. EM said if the approach is to spread the ball around, Tua's ability to read all 3 levels is definitely going to need to be improved this year. I agree. And EM, I don't know if you have the time now. You ain't got to stay long, bro. I'm sending that link to you right now in the comment section. Nobody else click the link. I'm just sending it to EM if you want to test what you say you want to test. Your phone. Because I'm about to get off in a little bit anyway. But if you want to test it, I'll stick around for another 5 minutes if you want to see if it works. Up to you. All right. But yeah, man. But this is so how do you compete with that? That's the whole point, man. Josh Allen, 32 of 40, 375 yards and 4 touchdowns. Let me see what the time of possession in this game was. Buffalo dominated the time of possession. And then this is a running team in San Francisco, by the way. Team that likes to run the ball. San Francisco outrushed them 86 to 81 yards. San Francisco even got more yards per play. But they got Josh Allen. He was flawless. Yeah, Tua is absolutely going to need his big boy boots on this season. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely will. But you know what? We just hope that he executes and does his job and plays well. And we hope our defense plays lights out and, we good. That's all we can hope for, Did he have 80% against us? I don't remember. I doubt it. I mean, like I said, our defense did well for most of the game. Let's see. In the first game, what did Josh Allen have? See? Oh, my gosh. This is what's so frustrating about the Miami. Oh, why did you ask me that question? Because it just aggravates the heck out of me, man. This is the stuff that aggravates me, right? Josh Allen was 17 of 33. Josh Allen was 17 of 33. 52% or whatever, the math somewhere around that. 17 of 33% completion percentage. He threw for 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. We even turned him over. How in the heck do we lose 35-0? You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. Don't say nothing to me about no defense. Was wind and rain. Did you forget? Stop it. Stop. Nobody want to hear that crap. This was stop. Nobody want to hear that crap about no wind and no rain. This is what aggravates me about the Dolphins, man. How did we lose this freaking game, man? Straight up, and this was the game I blame Flores, man. I blame Flores. Defense did their job, man. Straight up Flores. 35-0. Give me 35-17 at least. Josh Allen having a game like that. And I understand this the game Tua got killed in, but God, dog. In the Jacoby was 24 or 40. At least he was 60% completion, 169 yards, but we couldn't even get a touchdown and 1 interception. And the crazy thing is, see, Jacoby goes 24 for 40, better than Josh Allen, 169 yards, but no touchdown. You know why? Because we never even got close. He played the same game Josh Allen played, but we never even got close. And Tua wasn't going to do no better that game. That's the game he started 1 for 4 for 13 yards. He was already, he started the game 25% completion. We knew where that was going from the get-go. That's what I be talking about. You do everything you need to do to Josh Allen, and bam, stuff like that happen. Let's go to the other game, man. Let's go to the other game with the Bills where Tua did play and Josh Allen played. Another game where Josh Allen doesn't have his all-star game. It was better, but it wasn't the all-star game he used to. He was 29 out of 42 passes. 69% when his 80s, but he was 29 out of 42, but we held him. We kept everything underneath. We held him to 249 yards. And this is Josh Allen. We held him to 249 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I promise you, more than half of all his production came in the fourth quarter, by the way, when the defense was like, screw this crap. This offense sucks. And just like I told y'all, with Josh Allen being a part of the running game, he was the lead rusher with 8 carries for 55 yards, averaged 7 yards a carry pretty much, and scored a touchdown doing it. He was the lead rusher, 8 carries for 55 yards, and scored a touchdown running. Man ran for 55 yards. That's why I said, what make you think we're going to stop him now running the ball? Cole Beasley killed us, 10 receptions for 110 yards. I don't know if that was who was out there on him. Anyway, let's go to Tua in that game. God, dog. Ain't no different from Jacoby Brissett. Ain't no different from Jacoby Brissett. 21 of 39. Another 53% completion percentage. 205 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ain't no different from Brissett. I told you that first game. This Tua was headed down that road anyway. It wouldn't have made a difference in the first game. Well, what was Jacoby? Jacoby was 17 of 33. No. That was Josh Allen. Jacoby was 24 of 40, which was 60%. 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. Tua was 21 of 39, actually worse than Jacoby. 54%. Jacoby was 60% versus Buffalo. Tua was 54%. Tua had 25 or 30 more yards, but they both had 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. It's that Buffalo, man. It's Buffalo. Devontae Parker, 8 receptions, 85 yards. Waddle, 4 receptions for 29 yards. And he's our burner. See, but this is the deal, though. When I looked at Buffalo stats in most of the games, we actually shut down all their receivers, too. They shut our receivers down, but we shut theirs down, too. Stephon Diggs, 40 yards. That's shut down for him. Zach Moss, 39. That still ain't nobody getting off. Cole Beasley got off with 110. Didn't score a touchdown, though. And Parker got off for 85. 85. Josh Allen ran the heck out of the ball. He ran the ball and was killing us, getting first downs. So, like I said, man, the coaching is this year is going to have to make the difference to beat Buffalo, not our talent alone. On a scale of 1 to 10, Buffalo's roster to me is like right now, it's like a 9 as far as their overall team. And our roster is like a 8.6, in my opinion. I mean, well, and that's, no, let me stop. Right now, our roster is actually like a 7.5. Tua has to ball out to be, you see what I mean? Because the 8.6 was me giving Tua credit already of being up there on that level with everybody else. I was just trying to give him credit to try to be optimistic about the season. But as of right now, on paper, we're a 7.5, which is good, really good. But until we know what our quarterback is going to be, that's what it is. Now, if our quarterback become that dude, Pro Bowl level, add a point instantly. 8.5 right there. 8 point. You see what I'm saying? And what's keeping us from being a 10? A right tackle, a middle linebacker, depth at a few positions just in case of injuries, like defensive end and cornerback. And bam, we set. And a running, and I'm telling y'all, I'm cautioning y'all, and running backs. I'm going to add that now. tonight made me realize I need to add running backs because we got guys that have a history of injury and none of them really ever was the dude where they were. They will get an opportunity to be the dude this year, to be one of those guys that say, I'm here and this is my home now, and I'm showing them why. But we don't know. We got to see. That's what we thought. We thought that 2 years ago with Matt Breida. I like Matt Breida. He put up 5-something. He did well in San Francisco. He was balling over there. Came to Miami. I mean, it ain't bad, but it ain't our guy. It ain't our guy. So that's where we at with it right now, Dolphin fans, all right? I'm about to get up out of here. I'm glad y'all came and hung out with me, man, talking some football, talking about expectations for the Dolphins. And in conclusion, like I said, my expectation, we got to win the division. With this roster, we got to win the division or it's a fail. It's a fail. I'm going to let y'all know now, it's going to be really hard to get that much better than we are now. It's going to be really hard to get better than we are now as a team. Talk about next year and going forward, because we already negative $5 million or whatever next year. So they're going to carry some of this money over to handle that deficit and maybe end up with another. I think we're going to end up with like $9-10 million of cap space next year. They're going to try to restructure some people, move some money, and get us all the way up to around 35. They're going to finagle some deals, get us to around 35, maybe 40 if they lucky. Push some contracts down the road. And if we're not successful this year, they got to spend that money on a quarterback to try to win with this flawless roster. Not flawless, but y'all get my point. We got to try. So it ain't going to get that much better than this. And if we really strap with cash, we're going to be trying to get a quarterback, but then we might start having to lose on defense. All right, Byron, thank you for your services. And then we got to probably have a rookie or somebody that wasn't as good take his place. It'll be hard to find an upgrade of even Byron Jones, y'all. Whether that's in the draft in the first round or, it don't mean he going to be better. So this might be the best roster we'll ever have, and next year maybe. But after that, we ain't going to never have a roster this good again, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, the way contracts and everything set up, it's really just not possible. Because going forward, you're going to have to pay the quarterback position money unless you go right back in the draft, and there we go again, square one. Right back to square one. If our result ends up in the draft for a quarterback, the whole process was a failure. I don't know, Donald, if they're going to sign Melvin Ingram. I hope so. I would love for them to get Treader as well. And that will make the gap close. Like if they get Treader and they get Melvin Ingram, this team would go to like a 7.9. And then if Tua plays at a Pro Bowl level, we would just eclipse Buffalo and go to like an 8.9 while they're like an 8.8. I think we would overall be a better team. But that don't mean the way that we are now that we're not constructed to at least win one of the games. I think that we're constructed to win one of the games at least. I hope we get Cole Beasley. That would be nice, but again, how many guys can you have? Let me tell you something. EM says something very valuable about 10 minutes ago in the comment section. He said, if we're going to be spreading the ball around, then Tua's ability to read the three levels of the field is going to be so important, and that's his biggest weakness. See, that's the scary part about the offense. Will we still be in that one read set where, okay, I know the play, and it's for Waddle. I know the play, and it's for Tyreek. I know this play, and it's for Gesicki. That's why you got our guy hiking the ball, looking where he want to go and going. And if it's deeper or intermediate, he'll hike the ball, look it off, but he's going there. I hope Mike McDaniel is creating a quarterback that is hiking the ball, looking down the middle of the field, and then starting to go through his progressions. All right, set one, linebackers veering over. Let me move to number two. You see what I mean? Or pre-snap identifying, my first read is not going to be there based off of the formation they're in, so I can look down the middle and go straight to two. Hike, I don't need to look at one. I already know the way that they're lined up on defense, that's going to be guarded, but now I can go to two or wherever it is. You see? Yeah, I hope they're working hard on him with that, so he can come in camp and be the best version of himself. Because I don't care how many of y'all want to hate on me when I say this, Teddy already got all that down. Teddy already, I know the play, coach. Don't worry about it. Hike, Teddy already got it down. Pre-snap, Teddy already can call his protections. Pre-snap, Teddy can already read the defense and identify it. Teddy can read the three levels of the field. The only issue with Teddy is he don't have arm strength, but the benefit of the thing that doesn't matter where he don't have arm strength is that he don't hesitate. If he hike that ball and he get the look he want from the safety and he got one-on-one on the outside, he let it fly. He don't wait till he see it getting open. He letting it fly right where it needs to be, on the wide receiver. Go get it. So Mike Daniel need to get Tua up to speed, have him looking like the ultimate professional in training camp, because it's going to be hard to keep that locker room when Teddy out there doing everything. When Teddy out there potentially making plays on the defense and Tua struggling. It's going to be hard for this team to accept that. They're not going to like that, because I'm going to tell you now, Teddy ain't going to be quiet. Teddy ain't going to be like, no, I'm just the backup. Teddy, see he outplaying him big time? Teddy going to start sticking his chest out. That's Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy going to start saying, I feel like I'm earning this job. He going to be up in McDaniel's office. Am I not outplaying him? Am I not running your system better? Teddy the type of guy be like, trade me. I'm going to make sure I let everybody know why. And even worse, you know them beat writers going to be at camp telling you every day. You know them beat writers going to be at camp telling you every day. We better not hear from Omar Kelly saying the same thing he said about Fitz, when he said Fitz looks like a man amongst boys when Tua and Rosen was in camp. Fitz out here way beyond them, looking like a man amongst boys. They ain't even close. We better not hear any Teddy out here lighting it up and Tua struggling. Or Tua ain't doing that bad, but Teddy is definitely showing that he's playing better football right now. You better not hear none of that, because it's going to be a huge issue. Because at this point, I think, and people keep disagreeing with me, even if Teddy win the job, they're going to start Tua. People disagree with me. No, they're going to go with the best one if that happens. No, they got to play. No. No. They're going to play Tua regardless. And I'm telling you, that's where the organization, especially if they lose a few games, that's where it can get nasty. We're going to see this offseason. Ooh, this is going to be fun. This training camp is going to be so amazing, man, because if Tua can outbeat Teddy, then I know that he's taking the next step. I know he's taking the next step. And the crazy thing is, it's going to be a lot of the practices that we don't really hear about. Good thing I know somebody who be there when we ain't there, that watches practices. Somebody who's there, just like when we went for training camp. all that zone they were running, and the Jacoby and Tua was killing them in the zone, just wide open guys in the zone, just getting it to them. And the day everybody left, they went to man, and our quarterback looked terrible. They put on a show for the people. And I never forget, I was up there, I was like, hey, man, nobody going to be here for the rest of the camp. Hit me up tomorrow and tell me what you see. And sure enough, he was like, bro, you was right. They ran man to man, and it was one of his worst days in camp. And that's what, and I know, because all they did is ran zone whenever people could come out to camp. And it didn't, and all of it wasn't the greatest, but I liked some of the things that I saw. But again, we already know the things that the struggle come with, So we'll see. This year's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna love this camp, man. This training camp is gonna be fire. Anyway, let me get out of here, man. We past midnight, man. Your boy be putting the work in, don't he? Your boy be putting the work in, trying to get y'all good content. Hopefully it was good content. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed the show. You can also let me know that you enjoyed the show by hitting the like button, because we ain't got like tons of likes. Yeah, y'all push that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes. All right. Also, if you're not subscribed to TD's Sports Talk, go do that for me, and the Dow Family channel. All right, go subscribe to me to that, because me and the wife trying to get that channel at 1,000, because we're gonna start doing some podcasts and stuff on there, going live. Like, you'll be able to see us, and we're gonna be talking about, like last night, the conversation we had last night. We rather have on the Dow Family channel. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to the Dow Family channel. The THE Dow DOWE family. You type that in and you'll see a few of our family videos on there. All subbed up, TD. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Matter of fact, let me put the link up for some of y'all. I'm gonna put a link up right now. Y'all help me out and go to that. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna put the link up for the family channel. Y'all go over, because I want to get that at 1,000, and once I get it at 1,000, it'll be pretty cool. We're gonna start working on it. All right. Me and the wife gonna start doing our late night podcasting and stuff like that, maybe even early morning, but we'll see. But I just dropped the link. We want to try to get that. Right now we're at 562 subs, so our next goal is 600. Go over there. And my wife is finishing school, so that's what she was focused on. We started it last year. I took down a lot of the content, but I left 3 of them up. So go watch those, and know that we're going to pick up from there where we left off, all right? Love y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. And whoever, the few people that just subbed, thank y'all for going over and doing that. I appreciate it, all right? I'll see y'all later. Peace. I am out. Give me some rest.